Well, hello. I hope this works. Let me know. I just started it. Hopefully it's gonna pick up. No, the intro reel was muted. Sorry, that was sort of on purpose. Yeah, sorry about that. That's my thing. Hi everyone. Hi. How do you say Katerina? Hi Sassy Britches. Hi Pumpkin. Hi Monksies. Very excited to see swatches of this color. Yeah. Really interesting color. Here. I have to prepare a square for it. Oops, sorry. Okay. I am so excited for this. I'm dying to know if my guess about the pigments was right. I have the pigment info for this color, so I will be sharing that shortly. Just gonna wait for perhaps a few more people to come in. So you still have time to grab a cup of tea, a snack, water bottle. Grab the fine liner. I don't think it has a color number. Yeah, the November one also didn't have any number. Sorry. Yeah, get your guesses in about the color, guys. Pumpkin says that their guess is PG36 and PR101. The carmine hue is really pretty, but it's a very capricious color because it will rub off the paper quite substantially. So you gotta be mindful of that. I'm from Sketches community and we've been discussing and exploring the potential pigments. So I will take this moment to put some bit of a moisturizer on my hands. They're not happy at the moment. Just gonna wait a couple more minutes, because otherwise I feel like I'm gonna have to repeat a lot. It's been a bit of a bad week, really. So yeah, get your guesses in regards to the color. The December 2025, which is this one. Hi 23, hello. I forgot stream, but I'm here. Hey, nice to see you. I know some people were thinking PR 101 or PR 108 for the red and potentially PG 7 or PG 18. Interesting. Not really a consensus. Does anyone have any suggestions for keeping tube caps from becoming glued by dried paint? I mean, obviously keeping the threads clear would be best, but if they're already gummed up, what can one do? You can clean them up. Like if you manage to, yeah, exactly. If you, I mean, mind you, regardless of if you manage to get the tube open or not, if you soak the whole tube in hot water, it should help. And it will soften the gum that's sort of stuck in the threads. And then if you manage to get the tube open, then I would suggest completely washing the cap, like putting the whole cap. You can try salvaging as much paint as you want, or as possible, but then putting the whole cap in hot water and cleaning it thoroughly. And then you take a wet paper towel with warm water or a rag with warm water, and you clean the threads on the tube itself. I mean, I can get the cap softened back on, but they're very, very sticky. Then I would recommend like completely washing the cap, and also taking, like I said, a rag, a paper towel. You can use a cotton swab with like lukewarm water. Yep, soak the cap and Q-tip it out. That's about it. That's good. You can work the Q-tip on the threads on the tube as well. And once everything is like as clean as possible, hopefully it will be easy to or easier to open and close. It's really annoying when the tubes do that. I was speculating if it might behave a bit like DS Serpentine. The green is a different hue, of course, but the granulating red-brown seems to behave similar in the swatches posted by Roman Szmal. It's very interesting. I also run a wet brush across the threads and rinse the excess paint. That's also a good way to do it, I agree. Like the brush can really get deep in the threads and pick up some of the paint there. So it's a twofold. You salvage the paint and you get really in there to clean up the gum arabic. And since we know Serpentine isn't strictly made from only Serpentine, this might be how they get that effect. I would be curious to do a comparison chart of all the quote-unquote Primatech colors and the stone they're supposedly made out of. Sorry. So on top of having December to swatch out, I also have a few colors to add to my collection. I have cadmium vermilion, goes here. This one is quinacridone pink here. This is perylene violet. I'll go on the other sheet. Yep. It's perylene green. This is cobalt violet deep here. Almost a full bingo on this one. Only missing the royal blue. And then that's funny. I got two colors per sheet. Perylene green and whoops, Aquarius black. So I'm gonna have that to swatch out as well. I'm fairly sure that if you, oops, my microphone is a bit far, so apologies. Fairly sure that if you mull a piece of serpentine stone to make it into paint, you won't get the result that they get when they create that paint. It's so annoying. It bothers me so much. I'm so icked by it. I would be completely fine with the paints if they would tell me exactly what they contain. Even if it's like, you know, boring stuff, like our regular pigments, you know. Oh yeah, Amazonite is a bit of PG50 and I'm saying random stuff, but PG50 and PG7, and be like, fine, that's good. Did you find these at Arte Miranda? No, I have connections. I just mean that Roman very generously and very kindly sent the color to me. And he also sent along a selection of colors that are newly available as halfpans. So that's something we'll be able to check out to see what colors are going to be available as halfpans, which is super exciting when you combine that with the mini palettes. And yeah, he was, he's such a kind guy. He was like, oh, do you need any more paints? And I was like, I mean, is that a real question? So yeah, very kindly sent the paints to me. Very nice fella. I really like some of the Primatech paints to use. Oh, hi, Auntie Patience, by the way. I forgot to say hi. I really like some of the Primatech paints to use, and now I like to try to figure out how to create a similar effect with the pigments I already have. That's a very interesting idea, especially if you have a good selection of paints from Daniel Smith, or the brand that shall not be named. Hi, Lyra. Hello. Like, even if you just have their dot cards swatched on paper, you can try to reverse engineer a combo that would possibly yield the colors of the Primatech colors. They're super fun paints, truly. They're to me, they are like super fun convenience colors. It's at the mindset that I kind of trip and get really disappointed. I'm gonna set these aside. Grab this. This. We need what do you call these? A bit like tissues, we tend to call these X-Acto blades, but I know that's the brand. A cutter? And I have a Sharpie. And I have the pigment info. Sorry. What annoys me about December is that I really think the color is amazing and would like to make a custom mix. What do you mean? How does that annoy you? Hey, watercolorist, hello! Hobby knives? I really don't know. Box cutter. Yeah, I guess so. I'm trying to like think of the name even in French, and I'm struggling. Aside from calling it an X-Acto blade, but that's the brand. Anyway, before I get started, I would like to take a moment to honor our friend Marty Owings, who unfortunately passed last weekend, suddenly and unexpectedly. And it is a really big bummer. He was one of the nicest guys in the community, always a good word for someone, super fun videos, like always passionate about art supplies. And it's gonna be really weird to not have him around. I've put links in the description if you want to check out his videos, if you were not familiar with his stuff. I put also the link to the review he did of the Stonehenge Aqua watercolor paper, because it's so funny. It is so funny. He literally put the paper in the washer. I think he drove up on it. He did a lot of tests with that paper, and it was super fun to watch. But yeah, all his videos are a lot of fun. He's just a very calm, nice fella. And yeah, he passed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be the one to share the info. It's never fun info to share. Yeah. It's a big loss for the community, for his family, and I mean, so close to the holidays too. Like, it is unbelievably sad. It's just it's been a difficult week. Let's just not elaborate on that, but yeah. He was one of the two friends in the community. Like, if you guys have been around for long enough, you might remember that Marty and Steve used to do interviews of fellow art YouTubers. He did quite a few of us. I remember that they talked with Denise Sodden, and they also talked with me. So there is a kind of an interview with yours truly on Marty's channel, possibly, if it's still there. So yeah, he will be remembered very fondly, that's for sure. Hope his loved ones might feel better soon. Yeah, well, you know, grief. There's really nothing to help it aside from time. And even then, like it rounds the edges off a little bit, but it never really goes away. That's the nature of the beast. I have to check that interview. Oh my gosh. I think it happened like before COVID. Just to give you a... I was much younger then. But yeah, it was super fun to chat with them. I have very really fond memories of that chat. I saw the interview with you. Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to take a moment to kind of sort of reminisce and share his videos with you guys so that you might enjoy his fun personality and his videos. We all were the pandemic years count double. Double? So weren't we all much younger? Yeah, I think I mean, just technically we were all younger because that years ago, of course, but yeah, it's kind of a it feels much more time than it actually was. Let's just say that. All right, last call. Get your drinks, your snacks, and I'll get to setting this little pan up, and we will take a look at it. All right, so this is the pan. I will be sure to check his videos. Thanks for sharing. My condolences to all who miss him. That's very kind of you. But yeah, I think you will enjoy the videos. So I know they say never use a blade towards you. I'm fully aware of that. I'm being careful in the sense that I don't really put my fingers in the way, and I go very, very slowly so that I can cut open this wrapper. Oh yeah, hi Curious, hello. So the wrapper, sorry, the wrapper. It has a swatch of the colors, the logo, and the name December 2025. And if you notice it, there's something that's really missing on this, and it's the pigment info. And I asked about that And Roman was very kind to first provide the pigment info, but also he explained why the pigment info is not on the labels. It's because the labels were printed before they had decided for, like, they had decided exactly what's the mix that's going to be in this color. So they weren't quite sure when they printed the label, so they couldn't have it printed on there, but ultimately they decided. And yeah, so it's not that he wants to keep it a secret or something like that. It's just the circumstances around the production of this color that made it so it was not possible to have the pigment info on the label. Sorry. You're being smart about using the blade towards you. I do the same, bracing and going slow. Yeah, and be excessively mindful of not having anything in the way. Fingers, no, no nothing. So it is pristine. Didn't stick to anything. It is new, so that helps. And let's get to labeling. Right. So on the side that has the little the little mold, not mold as in rotten, but the plastic molding of this pan, there's always a little blemish on one side. That's the side I like to use to put the brand name. Then the next side I like to put the color name, December 2025. And then the next one is usually the color number, but this one doesn't have a color number. So I might just put limited edition here, LE. And then pigment info. Is everyone ready? I didn't see many of your guesses in the chat, so if you want to get a guess in, now's the now that's the moment to do it. That's called flash. I used to work in plastic. Oh, okay, yeah. So decide with the flash, I guess. Whether it's on a small half pan or a full pan. It's the injection point of the mold. Makes sense. It's gonna be pretty epic to look at the machines that, make all of these. So, all right, I'm gonna go right ahead and share the pigment info, since no one is sharing their guesses in the chat. Come on, guys. I'm hearing you Discord. No, sorry. Oh, it's right it's right next to the microphone. I'm so sorry. Apologies. I'll try to figure it out for next time. I'm sorry. I guess it's just PBR7 and PG7. Sorry, I was away to leave a comment on Marty's latest videos. Yeah. We're just trying to figure out what's the pigment composition of this color. All right, PBR11 I see, PG7. I don't think it's PG7. That's the only green pigment I'm familiar with. Fair enough. I think there could be 3. So I can say that there's two pigments in here. PG26 and PBR33. Interesting. I haven't seen a lot of people guess the first pigment in the mix. But yeah, the first pigment in the mix is PG50. Not a lot of people guessed that one. I mean, I don't think anyone in chat did, but on the Discord server or in other discussions about this color, I don't think I've seen a lot of guesses for PG50. And then the other one is P. What a surprise. BR11. Ta-da! So the color is... Oh, I need a bigger Sharpie. That one. So yes, it is PG50 and PBR11. If we take a moment and we try to see, perhaps I have a few. Okay, so if you look at it, PG50 can be multiple colors, okay? It's not a single hue. It is, like this is Cobalt Teal is PG50, but also Cobalt Green Light. So I'm thinking that for this color, they went with something a bit more like the Cobalt Green Light. And PG 26, 28, 26? 26. I don't think, I mean, not in those one, maybe in the other colors. Hold on. Oh, it's here. So that's PG 26. Hold on. Too many villains. So PG 26 is usually Cobalt Green Deep. It is a much bluer granulating green, and then PG50 Cobalt Green Light is this green here. I hope you guys can see. Yeah, you should be able to see. So this one and this one. And if I try to find the wrapper again, oh, there it is. Sorry, it's a bit messy. Too many things. So the green is kind of a bit closer to this PG50, right? Okay, but now that I reference under the brush, it makes so... Paolo! Hello, hi Jill, hi guys! Are we guessing? Jinja! Oh my gosh, everyone's coming in. Actually, we're not exactly guessing because I know the actual color is dun dun dun. I asked. And as I was explaining a bit earlier, it's not a secret or anything. It's just that the label was printed before they had decided on the actual composition of the color. So they couldn't print the pigment info on the label because they were not sure yet. But it's not like a secret or anything. So yeah, it is a mix of quite possibly this kind of PG50 and let me locate the other color. There it is. Oh, it's gonna be fun. So it's basically these two. PG50 and PBR11. Oh my gosh, good luck, Jinja. Well, yeah, so that's these two. And I mean, it kind of tracks, doesn't it? If we look at everything. All right, so now I'll swatch it. Right, I am sort of in frame. Grab a brush. So for these, hold on, I have a bit too many things in the way. It's going to be a bit wobbly for a sec. Apologies. Okay. Okay, that works. All right, so this is really lackluster cellulose paper, so when I do the swatches on it, I like to pre-wet them, if I remember right. It's been a while, but I like to pre-wet them. Oh, interested to see your swatch. Perhaps I should wait for a moment. I'm folding and putting away my laundry doom pile. So glad I can listen to the live stream while I do it. Happy to keep you company. So yeah, I like to be really juicy, because otherwise on this kind of paper it's really easy to get brush strokes with paint. So I feel like if you add more water to everything, it kind of fares a bit better. So it goes down quite opaque, which is not that surprising because PG 50 and PR 11 are very opaque. But as you can see, it settles really quickly, and you can definitely see the brown throughout the green. It's really cool. It's interesting because we have forest green just here, and they're quite different in composition, I think. They have PBR 11 in common, so the granulation is somewhat similar, but this one also has ultramarine blue in it for granulation, and then nickel azo yellow. So transparent yellow is not going to granulate, but the blue and the brown are going to granulate. Here, in this one, in December, we have 2 granulating pigments, possibly. For sure, the PBR 11 is granulating. It is possible to have a cobalt pigment in the PG 50 that is quite smooth. It really depends on how much you mold the pigment to make it fine. The finer it is, the more smooth it's going to be. Keep in mind that my camera makes everything a little bit brighter as well. But it is quite bright, and it is quite interesting in the way it separates. Because I don't know, it's kind of hard to see. I'll try to take pictures if it dries like this, but there's definitely an area here that's mostly the green. And then, everything doesn't settle evenly, which is really interesting. But we can also paint bigger swatches, which would be fun. Just grab this piece of paper. This is a cotton paper, the pre-cut B paper in 6x9. I'll try to... I can sort of have it still visible in the corner here, somewhat. And then have my swatch sheet and my pan. Don't need... no, I'm gonna need this. What am I saying? Right. Wait, and a sort of bigger brush to put down some water. Okay, am I imagining it, or is somebody... Oh yes, sorry. And it's not only when I'm typing, it's just that there's a noise gate on the microphone, so I guess when I'm not talking, the microphone is off. So you only hear the typing when I'm talking, because that's when the microphone is picking up sound. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. It separates in the pan too. Yeah, it does. It really does. Let's get a bit more in here. That's the issue with perfectly clean water, is that it's a bit difficult to find where you've wet an area and where you haven't. Okay, that's my wet area. It is separating really nicely. I just explained, sorry. Yeah, it's a noise gate on the microphone so that it doesn't pick up the small sounds that are just in the background. So it doesn't pick up really the typing on its own, but when I talk, that activates the microphone. That's my partner is the typer, Mr. E. Mystery. Haha. Here's the ghost of Christmas past. Oh, I've never heard of noise gate. Yeah, it's a I'm not very good with audio stuff, but I know if I've understood it properly, a noise gate is sort of a threshold that if the noise is below that threshold, it's not going to be picked up. It's not going to activate the microphone. And then if the sound is above that level, then it's going to get picked up. So it's really handy for like if you have a streamer that eats during their live stream, well, they can set a noise gate so that the chewing noises are not picked up. Only when they talk is picked up. You know, that kind of stuff. It is definitely a pretty color. So when I swatch a color, I like to do a few different swatches. I like to do one that is not very diluted, that doesn't have a lot of water, to see if the color lays down somewhat smoothly when that happens. I like to do a big messy blob of water and paint. I try to do a sort of a gradient. I sometimes also really like to do a very light patch of color, like just very diluted, to see what happens. I have a cold. Oh no. I'm sorry to see that, a watercolorist. Keeping warm and having soup. Oh. Get all the vitamin C and rest. Yeah. I think I'm the only one who hates this color. So far, you're the only one I've seen. What do you dislike about it? I'm curious. I'll see if I can grab my forest green to paint a swatch next to it. Where is it? It's in here. I'm not sold on it yet either. I feel like it wouldn't get used enough for me to choose to buy it versus just mixing those two pigments on my own when I wanted them. So far, I'm really enjoying the way it separates so pretty. So PSA, everyone stay up to date with your vaccines. Oh man, I have to keep forgetting to do it. Yeah, I don't know why it got censored. Is there a word in there that's... Oh no. YouTube is doing the thing again. So for the screen, it's this one. It's already very different. With this one, this one. And I just don't like these middle greens, I guess. I like a very bright yellow green or a classic Lego green or some olives, but I guess my taste for green is more limited than I thought. Interesting. Oh, that's fair. I mean, it separates pretty cool, but even the two single colors, I'm like, eh. I don't like the initial laydown. Gives me chromium oxide vibes. But chromium oxide is such a pretty color. Sorry. Okay, so the sort of wash. This green is so pretty, I could cry. Oh my gosh. Guess I don't like cool dark greens, like I hate cobalt green. I like how December reminds me of a chromium oxide until you add water and then surprise. Yeah, I love chromium oxide. It's super underrated. I agree. I mean, okay. As a single swatch like this, there's hardly a color that I don't like. I've said this many times before, but I kind of like all of the colors. And it's more a thing about the context, what color is next to it, or how the paint behaves that will definitely be a factor for me. But in terms of the color itself, I haven't found a color that I don't like in watercolor. What paints did you just swatch? So that's December 2025. I will label them. And then this is a forest green from Roman Szmal. And I'll see about finding my chromium oxide green, perhaps. Could be our sort of a third swatch on here. This contraption business is awful. Whoever built it should have made a user manual and troubleshooting checklist. Aren't you the one who built it? I do enjoy the like rusty copper look. I think this December is a really interesting color for patina and rust. Like, you know, the copper roofs that get all green. I feel like this color would be really interesting to use to paint that aspect of it. Or a bit like perhaps lichen. Lichen? Lichen? I don't know how you say it. I think greens that granulate or separate are fun to experiment with for rivers and... Yeah, that too. All sorts of greenery, moss, all that's you know, all the stuff that grows, quote unquote, on rocks in nature. Just got off an emotional roller coaster. I ran to go get a package I had been waiting for that was supposed to have paint. Are you I'm so sorry about that, Pumpkin. What? What the heck? Oh, that's not right. Can you mix these two? These two what? The two greens? I'm not sure I have both chromium oxide. I'm pretty sure I have. Oh, I probably have both. Hold on. Yeah, I have chromium oxide green, sort of regular from the OG range, and there must have been a special, like a dark version. Oh yeah, the dark is just there. But I think I will go for the quote unquote basic one, which should be in here, and I think it might be. That's the dark. That's no, that's green earth. That's not what I'm looking for. I think it's this one either. 270. Yeah, that's that one. Why is it? Where's the other one? The the super difficult task of looking through pans without putting your finger in it, because you're gonna end up with a oh, that's the one. Sorry, I was looking at it. You're gonna end up with a finger full of paint. If I haven't found a color I dislike, other watercolor artists, those are the worst. They're pretty in colors, they're just difficult to use, I feel. But there's really a very valid satisfaction to get from swatching a PB15 or a PG7, like this sort of transparent, bright, vibrant color. It's so satisfying. It's just that sometimes it's difficult to find a way to use it, but... Is there anything you can do about it, Pumpkin? Can you reach out to the, I don't know, the company? Like, is it Amazon? Because if so, that's pretty easy to get sorted out. They usually don't, like, it's not worth it for them to argue with you on that kind of stuff. Usually. Yes, I built it. It's been a while, and one part needs rebuilding, and I feel woefully underprepared for it. It's not needed. An iterative update in a while, unfortunately. No, I know what you mean. Absolutely. Like, I made a website, and if I had to make another one today, I would have to learn everything again. We are in the zip ties and duct tape cannot save us. Oh no. Oh, you want me to? Okay, perhaps after. I will start by. I will do the PG17, the chromium green oxide. Where's my wet patch? That's the messy, blobby swatch. Just paint, water, and then you let it settle. Thanks for the empathy, everyone. It helps to have people who understand my... It's such a bummer. I'm still not entirely convinced that PG-17 is great or even useful, but I'd still like to try all 4 versions of it. Already filed a replacement request. It was Amazon. Yep, the middle one is forest green. I don't know why my swatch of it in my swatches here is so boring compared to the actual color. Like, what happened? How did I mess up so bad with this one? What were the paints if you talk about it, Pumpkin? Oh god, I have a bachelor's degree in web development and wouldn't even consider trying to build a website now. See, I don't understand why people don't like this green. It is beautiful. It is like vibrant, but not too vibrant, which makes it very natural looking. It's like the color of grass. Like your regular average grass. When bits of it are dry in the distance, you know. The alley Kavanaugh. Aww. Okay, let's find whoever did that and kick their shins. Oh yeah, and forest green separates wildly. It is 2 out of the 3 pigments are granulating. So those swatches don't even look like the same color. Which ones? Because this is one color, this is another color, this is a different color. And then the very sort of undiluted little patch. And then the very diluted patch. So yeah, I think personally that chromium oxide green, I think it is gorgeous. I think it is beautiful, natural looking green. It is very even, meaning that even if you dilute it, the color, like the hue, stays the same throughout. Oh, the 2 forest green swatches! Yeah. Seriously. Like, this one looks so boring. Like, what is this color? And then you have this, and it's like, how? I don't know. The 4 versions of PG-17 are the normal green shade, a dark green shade only available at Roman Szmal, a granulation deep gray available only at Schminke, and a yellowish green-gray available. Ooh! Oh, color me interested. I once had an Amazon order a gallon of glue. Of course. Of all the people I know, if I had to guess who would order a gallon of glue, I think I would have landed on Jinja, of course. Go MIA, be replaced, and appear 4 months later. Maybe a second palette will find its way to you in time. Also, of all things to get 2 of 2 gallons of glue. That's very funny. I will say that it's super easy to overuse PG-17 and have it overpower everything else. You think so? I would have said that it's a green that you can use quite liberally without this risk of it overpowering other stuff. I mean, it has a strong tinting strength, of course, but if you mix it with other strong tinting strength colors, like, it's never not gonna look natural, at least, if you compare it to a color like PG7. You know, like, if you have too much PG7, it might look a bit fake. The chrome oxide green I have seen is much more gray and much duller than yours. It is a beautiful, like, it is a slightly muted green, but it is a very green. I really like it. I'm most familiar with the Da Vinci chrome oxide green, and it's a bit more muted than the Roman Szmal one. This one is really beautiful. I know that the one that I had done myself when I did my handmade paints was also one of my favorite ones that I did. It was just the perfect color for grass. Like, you know when grass has those bits that are a bit more dry, that are a bit yellow? It was the perfect exact color for that. Like spot on, 10 out of 10, no notes. Chrome oxide green is so cool in mixes. It gives like this dusty look similar to what you see in plum skins. Oh yeah, that's because of the opacity. Like the kind of frosty layer. Ah, that's interesting. Okay, but why a gallon of glue? Well, I'm not very good at painting. Oh, come on. I mean, in mixes. What do you mean? I had my reasons for the glue, but yes, 1 gallon got donated to a friend who's... Oh my gosh. Elementary school dog teacher. That must have... They must have gone through that quite quickly. I have a tube of the Mimary Blue PG-17. It's their sap green. To be honest, it's the most boring paint I've seen throughout my vast weeks of experience. Oh. That's gotta be the new formula, right? I feel like the older formula... Hold on. I feel like the sap green they had before was a... I mean, PG-17 overpowering other colors and mixes. Yeah, I think I see what you mean, but yeah, that's perhaps in connection to what you're mixing it with. Because there's some colors that will always be the underdog. They will always be overpowered. But I don't feel like this one would be more overpowering than like phthalo blue. Unless I'm missing something. Okay, so we had a... Let's grab another one. A mix of the two. Can I do this without taking a palette out? The other one. Yep. Let's mix straight on the paper, because we are wild like that. So that's forest green that I'm putting down. Gotta pick up some of the December. Make a big old mess. All right. And yeah, let's keep going. I know I just had a silly idea. What is it? Yeah, this was early days in my exceedingly short watercolor career, so... Hey, Firecloud, hello! Now I buy golden gag a gallon at a time instead. Are there any pigments that you guys feel are equally or more overpowering than phthalos? I think the quinacridones and nickel azo yellow are quite powerful. in terms of tinting strength. Tinting strength, sorry. December 2025 just overpowered the first grain. I don't think it overpowered it. I think it's because December has 2 opaque pigments in it. And that's not the one. The first grain only has the PBR 11. So the way these usually work out is that the opaque pigments tend to stay on top and be quite opaque, so they will cover up the other pigments, but often as the paint dries and it gets a bit more transparent, that's when you see the other colors come through. Like if you look, it looks like it is the mix of these two, pretty much. Might even a bit more up. There you go. You can also look up to the perylines to be quite overpowering, even though they have that drying shift that is a bit annoying. Well, I found out the hard way a half hour ago that I can't even mix a dab of lamp black into anything. What do you mean? Sassy britches. I find the Indian red variant of PR101, particularly from Roman Szmal, very hard to mix with because of the opacity of it. When I mix, I almost always put too much at first. Yeah, that's the thing that is very easy. They don't look like they would be so strong because of the opacity, but like this chromium oxide green here is also a bit like that. A lot of the PR101, PR102 are like that. If you think on the most, like PBR24, which is often Naples, a kind of Naples yellow, is also very, very opaque. And it has that, like, it's a bit overwhelming because so much of watercolor is transparent. PV23, depending on where you get it, will look black. Sometimes in mass tone, that's when you know you're, you've got something here. PV23 is a punch in the nose. It is hardcore. Right, so I have other colors too that I will try to get around to. I'm not sure I have PV23. Oh, really? Interesting. I don't know how you dodged it because it's quite present in a lot of sets, but... So I'm still trying to mess with Daniel Smith Quin Coral. That's the pinkish orangey one, right? PR 209, I think. Mixed it with buff titanium. Okay, I like some results. Managed to get what I wanted Quin Coral to be. Tried with lamp black. Oops. A lot of work to reach plum. Yeah. Oof. The black is not gonna work for you. As a general sort of, not a rule, I don't like calling it a rule, but as a general sort of stance when it comes to watercolor paint, it's preferable to avoid mixing with white or black, unless that's the specific effect you're looking for. Because these colors, especially in watercolor, have a very peculiar effect on the paints. So if you mix a color with white, of course you make the color a lot more opaque and it becomes a tint. So the pigment is sort of diluted throughout the opacity of the white, but it also tends to cool a color a lot. And I know that cool, warm it is what it is. Like it's a bit of an abstract concept, but it it will make your color colder. Sorry, there's I don't have any other way to try to describe it. I'm sorry. And then if you mix with black, it tends to flatten your color because of the way it removes all the depth of the color somewhat. Yeah, it kind of dulls your color. I mean, that's normal. Of course it will dull the color because black has no like saturation. Like in terms of value, hue, and saturation. It has a very strong value, but it is very desaturated. Desaturated. I did reach a nice plum with black and quin coral, but it took a lot of work to backtrack after too much black. Yeah. Sometimes you're better off just starting like next to it. Start over. You know. White gets pastels. It's not pastels, it's tints. I'm very picky about word usage for this. And I have a blade in my hand. I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't like to use pastels when talking art supplies because it also refers to a completely different art supply. Usually a color mixed with white is a tint, so I prefer to use tint. So at least it's very clear what I'm talking about. Hopefully. But yeah, if you mix a color with black, it's gonna be very flat. If you want to get a bit more depth out of your color, you're better off mixing it with something that is dark but not black. You could mix it with perhaps a perylene violet, a indigo kind of color. Even if your indigo has some black in it, it usually should have a bit of blue. Even a Payne's gray might be a bit more rich in terms of mixing because it's not just flat black. Does that make sense? I hope it kind of makes sense. I like quin coral for some sunsets because it is so glowy. It is very glowy. Oh wait, instead of these, I should take a look at the actually new stuff. I'm gonna put this aside. So instead I will be taking a look at the new halfpans. Sorry, just gonna. And yes, what was it? Perylene violet and perylene green mix in a very lovely transparent black, which is really cool. Yeah, that's what I did. I kept starting over in a new well on my palette. That's the way to go. That's the way to figure it out. My brain just burped at black being desaturated. I just always assumed it was the most saturation. No, it is the darkest value. Not quite the same color information. Contraption update, zip ties have gone MIA. There is no saving this. Throw it out, start over. Nope, starting it. I said past tolls to my boyfriend recently, and he was like, what? I realized I had been watching so much British art YouTube that I was seeing things the UK way. Sorry. Doop, 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 doop. So that's an edition of, how many is these? 14 colors in halfpans. Ooh! That's exciting. I'm like way too excited about this. And the thing is, I think I have most of these in full pans, but Oh, there's something so satisfying about putting all the little half pans in one palette. Like, oh man, that's... Otto! Hey! Hello! Ah! Well, I need to check out what I have here. Okay, so I have this one that's empty. I know this one is too heavy to be empty. But it has full pans in it, so I will probably remove these. That's the only thing, is that it's a bit tricky to get to the other ones. Nope, definitely not helping. Okay, good old fingers. Dang it. Ah, sorry. Alright, in business. Also empty, and I'm pretty sure this one is empty. And then this is full, and this is also quite full. Alright, so that's half pans. Sorry, I'm just trying to organize stuff. Okay. Okay, so let's get through these. Okay. Doop doop doop. Here. So that's Quinacridone Magenta Intense. This is one from the most recent release of new colors. It is this one here. Okay, so, and I think this one, yeah, this one is, well, okay. Just gonna try and clear up a bit of space so that, okay. Alright, so this one is Nickel as Gold. It is PR 150 and PR 102. It's this one here. That's Chromium Green Oxide Dark. So it's here. I think this one is Mineral Pink. It is. Bloop. So yeah, I really like it. They're not new colors, you know, but they're newly available as half pans, which is really cool because it's convenient. A lot of people will use half pans instead of full pans. So since we don't really have tubes yet, it's kind of necessary to get these in half pans. You can tinker with your full pans and cut off a piece of them to put in a half pan, but this is much easier. I just switched with which device I'm watching on, and how no, the December color a lot better. Oh, by the way, Monksies, the manganese blue hue, I don't think it has a dye in it, but I think it has an optical brightener, which is what picks up on the UV light, and it's also what they use in a lot of laundry detergent to make the whites very white. So I think that's the issue with it. By issue, you know what I mean. Hey, what else? This one I noticed and I was super excited about, but it's the indigo greenish, now available as a half pan. And I was very happy to see that because this is a must-have color. And I was a bit bummed out when I was looking at the colors and saw that it wasn't available as a half pan yet. Then we have Lava. That's Davy's Gray, this one here. Cypress Umber, that's not on this sheet. Where's Black? Carmine! Huh, interesting. For those who would like to try this particular color, now you can do so using the half pan, so it will cost a bit less and you're not stuck with a huge full pan of it if you don't like it. Oh, that's awesome, Otto. Thanks, better info. I mean, it's still a guess because it's not like they're gonna be honest with us. But that's burnt sienna brownish. So this is this one. So as we can see, there's quite a lot of the recent half pans that are from the latest release. Or releases. Because if you look here, the line, the little X's, that's where I separate between releases. So all of these were a release on their, like, were part of a release, all of them together. So yeah, that's 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Is this with eight colors from these that are available? I think the only color from this that I think I would have loved to have had as a half pan too is forest green. But I mean, that's just ideally. I'll have to look into it, see if these are like part of hold on, looking for words. So I don't know if these half pans that I have are the whole newly available as half pans colors or if there's more of them. But it's really interesting to see that these, like especially this one, this is really cool. Oh, the indigo greenish is chef's kiss. Indigo green says it needs carmine for company. Carmine has a much weaker tinting strength, so if you mix the two of them, you gotta be very mindful to put just a little touch of indigo first and add more to get to the color you want. What makes it a must-have for you? It's a lot of stuff, actually. For this one, this indigo greenish, I really like it because it is a very dark color. So for me, that means that it has a very interesting range of hues, of values. So I can go from really dark to really light with it. And I find that to be a whole lot more useful. And then I kind of feel like this is a color that is very easy to use, either for when I paint something that's more of a night scene, or if I like to paint evergreens. Like, I can see a lot of use for this color in my palette. So for me, that makes it a color that I would like to fit in a palette because I know I will be able to use it. I wish there was an easier way to trade colors. Same. I have 2 core half pans that I never want to use again after swatching. Which ones, out of curiosity? Probably really good choice for a monochromatic study. That's true. That's really true. As a general note, since I work mostly with illustrations, I don't often go with a palette that is a focused on versatility necessarily. Hold on, the pigment of carmine. It is PR221. So yeah, sometimes I have a scene in mind. Like if I'm painting something that happens at night, I'm gonna pick the colors that I want to use in function of that. I'm not gonna start from your standard array of colors that you find in every single set because it's just gonna be frustrating. And I don't really paint to be frustrated, you know? Cerulean blue chromium and cobalt green. Oh, I love the cerulean blue chromium. That granulation. A mono study of indigo greenish. We need to put that idea up to Lena. Sold my car a while ago. Quality paint. That's true. You can resell like professional paint relatively easily. So hold on. I'm trying to see what's the other color. This one was Perylene Vermilion. Okay, so that's yeah. Sorry. So that's this one here. This one is PR123. Mars Black, that's gonna be from the OG release. I feel like Cypress Raw Umber is too. And then this one is Sepia. Also OG release. And then Shadow Violet Light, that's not OG release, that's up there. So then on this one, you can see the Perylene Vermilion here, which is a really interesting red color that leans a little bit towards pink, like a little bit cool. Here you have one that's a little bit warmer, leans a little bit more orange. This one leans a little bit more pink. And then also Shadow Violet Light, which is excellent news because this is a beautiful color. It is 3 pigments, so PB36, PB29, and PR176. So ultramarine blue, the 36 one, I think that's usually cerulean blue, and then a red, whatever, just a red. Sorry. One color I wish they would make available is that custom color they made for the Urban Sketcher Symposium in Poland. Oh, it is beautiful. I'm gonna have to see if I can sort of mix it myself, like not in a pan, I mean not in a palette, but like mix the 2 paints together to recreate the color so that I have a pan of it. All right, and here we have Mars Black. And this is interesting because I do not have this Cypress color. Cypress for Umber. It's gonna be interesting to swatch it. And then the sepia is right here. I really like it. I think it's a beautiful mix. It's PBR7, PBK9. It seems to have a bit of texture in it. It's a nice, like, deep dark brown, but it's not completely washed out. And then these, I keep calling Cobalt Violet Deep like Cobalt Violet Derp. This is gonna be Perylene Green here. Slowly but surely filling up the sheets of color. So that's pink here. This Delicate vermilion. And these, again, are this one, the almost full sheet. Almost got a full bingo on this one. That literally made me laugh. What did? Hold on. Oh, the derp. There's a few color names like that my brain always goes to the silly thing, like phthalo green bullshit. Apologies, pardon my French. Then yeah, that everything that is deep. It's always like cadmium yellow derp, especially if I wrote it down on my notes as DP. I get so happy every time you bring out the sheet with cobalt on. It is beautiful, I gotta say. Though, all the colors are beautiful. I mean, I don't use it often. I mean, I don't use a lot of these colors. I don't use often, okay? But there's not a single one that I look at the swatch and I go, eh. There's always something that sort of appeals to me. Like this sap green, it is so like magical on its own because it is so transparent and vibrant, but it's not too neon, you know? Aquarius green is so pretty. Aquarius green is chef's kiss. Colors. I love colors a lot. This ocean blue, I was never able to get such a good swatch as this one. I don't know what happened here, but this one is like perfect. And when I paint with it, I'm like, I want to get that, and I can't. I'm unable to. I get so happy every time you bring out the sheet. You mean DP means some... I mean, I don't know if it means anything. But DP, like that's my abbreviation for deep. But I will read that as derp as well. What? Tea time. What? Hey, I'm French. Well, if it's something dubious in English, that's why. Oh yeah, lava is a beautiful mix. I feel like there's a lot of, I don't want to say proprietary because that's a stupid word, but there's a lot of really fun mixes within the Roman Szmal range. There's some we're kind of all familiar with, like the mineral violet, the shadow violet. Those were part of the initial release. Then you have the ocean blue. That is quite unique. Yeah, I figured out that DP must mean something naughty that I'm not aware of. And as you know, funnily enough, YouTube didn't flag those. I mean, I could let you on about a few of the French ones we have that are really, really funny, like the stupid stuff that doesn't translate all that well. We also have the Aquarius green. That's a really beautiful sort of custom color. Then Remove all the pans. You guys. I love that we're all on the same wavelength, just in different languages. That's so funny. And still, not Otto. I mean, Otto didn't have to approve that. Like, the YouTube censor didn't catch it. Is there any... oh yeah, the Sheebish Grey here. I feel like no one talks about this color a lot. Perhaps because the name is a bit difficult. But it is such a like moody, dark purple kind of color. Sorry. Okay, on this one, there's quite a few. The Misty Morning, Shadow Violet Light. Beautiful colors. What else on here? The Goethite is quite interesting, and I think it would count because it granulates very brown, but then it's very like yellow-orange. Autumn Green and Aquarius Violet. I mean... And then that Shadow Gray too. This one is quite smooth, but oh, it's still so pretty. And then... So yeah, first green, December, lava, mineral pink. Oh man. Isn't Sheebish Grey just there? I don't know. Maybe. You say that like I wouldn't necessarily remember what the moon glow is. I remember what kind of color it is, but I don't remember what's the pigment. Just like that. I don't remember if it's Shadow Violet or Sheebish Grey. Sorry. I have noticed our Roman Szmal has a large collection of wicked cool mixes. Probably more than any other brand. Yeah, unless you look at brands that have this very specific like granulation range. Which a lot of them have now, but as part of the main range, I think, I mean, they have a lot, but I'm not sure they have the most. I think White Knights has quite a few. And then Rosa Gallery also has quite a few. But I'm liking the fact that we get a bit of everything now. We have like the opaque colors, the transparent colors, and the fun mixes. Because not everyone works watercolor in a very like classic approach, very purist / elitist kind of way of only using a split primary and then a couple of browns and that's it. Convenience colors are a lot of fun to base a whole palette around, you know. Misty Morning is my magic trick color. Yeah, it is. Hold on, this one is, that's the Cobalt Teal and yeah, PV19 one. So something really fun to do with this one is to keep in your palette the separate pigments as well. So to have a pan, half pan, whatever, of the PG50 and of the PV19, because this way you can sort of tweak the Misty Morning to lead towards more one or the other of its components. But since you start from the same base color, it stays quite consistent. But it's really fun to be able to add like a bit more of the Cobalt Teal in it if you want something a bit different to the effect of more like a bluish color. PG18, PB29, I don't think that's Sheebish really, but it might be. Look. So the Sheebish One is PB29, so yes, for that, PR177 also. But then it has PG26 in it instead of the PG18. And yeah, Moonglow has the Fugitive Red in it, so that PR177 is Fugitive, but it's fine if you frame and don't put your painting in sunlight. Ginger, I think it reaches out the threshold of good enough. Yeah. Yeah, they feel very integrated in the regular range, I feel like. If I hadn't been watching this with a Jackson's tab open in another window, I would probably never buy any of these paints, going by their color samples. Oh, I'm glad it's helpful, but maybe your wallet won't thank me. Hey, Galgas, hello! Hello. We have a Discord server. The link is in the description, and it is completely free. And we mostly nerd about paints over there, so yeah, your swatches are getting expensive. I'm sorry. It's not my fault. I'm not yet. I am in Sketches and Scrubs Discord, but I haven't hopped onto other servers. Oh, no. It's accessible to everyone. I recall that one grace being called unpronounceable grace. Yeah, that sounds about right. If I remember right, and mind you, my knowledge of Polish is limited to Daniel Smith paints. Daniel Smith. Oh my gosh, what did I just say? Blasphemy. To Roman Szmal paints. But yeah, I think it's Bishibish. Not sure, but I think it is. Welcome back, 23. Right. Squeak. Ah, yes, I did call it that. Saying that word today. I hope it's not war flashbacks. Now tell me we're ending the stream in about 15 minutes, if my clock is not weird. Sponge like pre-bish. Okay. I wasn't too far out. Google how to pronounce that gray. And I think I recall it's... Right, hold on, what am I doing? Cat Vermilion. That's PR 108. Oh, dang it. I didn't write the right info in the right place, like a doofus. Alright, let's do this. Hey, Gimmicky, hi. Just went into the chat and scrolled to the part to say the pigments. Oh boy, I missed both. I guess the PBR 33 was in there since they are more brands using it lately. That's fair, but I don't think it's part of the Roman Szmal range yet. So I think it could have been it, but it also makes sense that they would go for a pigment they already have within the range with this color, right? Polish has some subtle consonant sounds that I have a hard time accurate. Yeah, seriously. And it's from like no knowledge whatsoever of the language to trying to figure out how to say something, which is not super easy. Like you're not gently brought to it. You're just like dropped in it right away. Like, I mean, same with French. We have our fair assortment of weird sounds and a bunch of letters that kind of make no sense when you first look at it. I like this one. I wonder if it will shift a lot as it dries, but it is the kind of like sort of one of my favorite hues of red, meaning it leans a little bit orange, but also it's a cadmium color, so there's a chance it has granulation. Oh, let's see. Wanna know something funny cute about Portuguese? Brazilians can't say squirrel. I mean, I can't blame them. Have you seen that word? Who came up with it? I assumed the PG7 or 36 was there, so I thought PBR11 was not strong or orange enough to compensate bluish on the green pigment. But knowing the base was PG50 makes sense. Yep. Or world. I mean, there's a few words in English that I can't say because they just break my brain. Like, who came up with the? Why? You know, because they don't have a sound like that in Portuguese. Yeah, but at the same time, there's a lot of languages that have sounds that are not in other languages, but you can learn them. That's the whole point of it, isn't it? It's difficult. Like what? I'm decent at hearing and mimicking languages, but a native Polish speaker tried to help me, and I struggled to even hear the difference in some sounds, let alone create them. Oh, absolutely. There's only one language that I don't like the sound of, and I'm not even going to start on it here because it's not the place for it. But yeah, there's something really magical by listening to someone speak a language natively. It just rolls so beautifully. What can't you say? Ha ha ha, very funny. I have often modified scripts or like voiceovers to avoid using that stupid word that I can say. Is my Sharpie not working? Have you seen a more perfect pen? How beautiful is this pen? It's like perfectly smooth, not a smear of color outside of the pen, like a perfect smooth surface that's a bit sticky. Oh, where is it? Dude, guys. Hold on. I just wrote it down, but I can't see it. Not showing up in my chat. Can you guys see it? I didn't drop anything. I just got up to type the word that I can say. But it's not showing up. That would be really funny, but I would see it if I had gotten censored. What the fuck? Oh wow, that's silly. Okay. Okay, that worked. I don't know why it just didn't want to post it. Nah, YouTube is fine. What a wonderful platform. Yeah, that's the word. That's the word I... Basically what happens every time I want to say it, I just go, you know what, I'm gonna find a different way to put my sentence together and just skip it completely. Oh, I'm just not in screen. There's just way too much going on with the TH and the R and the GH and the... Yeah, forget it. Yeah, but I could see that if you think about all of the mechanics that go into saying that word, there is really a lot going on. It's still difficult. That THR is very weird for me to say together. And the only way I've sort of managed to do it is by rolling the R. If you notice in my videos, most of the time when I have to say any kind of combo of THR, I end up having to roll the R so that I could, you know... It's stressful, but the birds are in the cage. I know, but it's difficult. I understand, Otto, but it's THR is just a trip. It's a really weird one. It's the is fine, but the R added in, it's like eh. but like, what did you do with the trash last night? I see what you're doing there. I see it. I mean, it could just be the way my stupid mouth is set up that I'm struggling with it, but it's the it's the THR bit that is like trippy. Because it's a lot of gymnastics for the mouth. I'm gonna shut up now. Hey! Oh, GL Boltron. You still have your old name. Dang it. YouTube censored pumpkin sing about... Now I'm trying to say it by rolling the R. It's so silly. Happy holidays to you as well. It's nice to see you. Hey, look at that, guys. Another perfect pan. What's up with what's happening? Oh, Lewis, yes. YouTube did not help anyone by changing the names, the display names, in such a way. They usually do okay, but... What's this one? This one is Perylene Violet. It's PV19, PV28, PV29. It's really nice to see you, Lewis. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, why does it have such a bad drying shift? Oh, that's lovely. Hopefully I'll be able to be here on next stream. That would be really fun. Next stream, it's... Wait, today is the 20th, so... 26th? I remember the first time I came across the TH sound in English. And I saw it written first, and it was think. And I was quite young. I was learning English at that point. But the way the school I was going to was set up, there was still a class of people who spoke like English at home. So they were already quite familiar with English, didn't have to learn as much. And I was reading something and I came across think, but I had never seen it before. So I read it out loud and I said, whatever, think, whatever. And the dude from the immersion language class, whatever, was like, oh, it's think. And I remember thinking, like, what the heck? And just having to, like, accept that that's the sound it has to make, but... Okay. Like, we have some words in French with th, like, the word for French for theme is basically the same. It's un thème. But the H is silent. So it's very trippy sometimes to have to switch between both, because you just, it's a lot of work, really. I love Perennial Violet, but I would love it even more. Yeah, I agree with you there. It is a bummer. Still a beautiful color, but oh, there's something about the wet color that is really unique. Sorry. Yeah, what other things threw me for a loop? Haha, see, I did it. But you can get a bit of the rolling R in there. Like, it's the only way I can sort of tie all of these sounds together. Trying to think of other English sounds that were really weird in the beginning. Haha, Cobalt Violet Derp. It's color 404. Sorry. It's not even funny. I think it is, but... Oh, bye, Lewis. Thank you so much for popping in. Happy holidays to you as well. I hope you have a great time. Now, I know it's you guys blowing up the Discord. Oh, that's nice. I really like the colors of Cobalt Violet Light and the Cobalt Violet Deep colors. There's some sort of feeling of depth to them that you don't really have from other colors. Like, yes, they are very low tinting strength, but there's really like a kind of a glow to them that you don't really have from a color like the ultramarine violet or the manganese violet or the ultramarine pink. It would be funny if that was the only color on the sheet you never got. I don't know if you guys get what I mean, like this one and this one. At some point I need to mix them together to see what happens. F snort's my favorite part of the show. Well, I'm glad. I do think the Cobalt Violet from Roman Szmal is one of the better ones, though, tinting strength-wise. It is quite lovely, yeah. I've also tried out the core, like Cobalt Violet Light. That's PV 49, and it's really lovely, but they don't make it anymore. Sucks. All right. too many bits and pieces here. I don't think you've ever had me be completely flattened out by something that I thought was funny during a live stream, Sassy Britches. It has happened a few times in the past, where something would happen or someone would say something that would just like flatten me. And I would just like laugh uncontrollably. But it hasn't happened in a while. So I've tried the Perylene Green Dark. This is the first time I'm... Oh yeah, we call it Breaking Ev. Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, the bamboo folder stick. That's true. Oh, I had forgotten about that one. Stupid thing. The Newticles one, the Twinkle Tush. But yeah, oh my god, the bamboo folder, I had forgotten that one. It was so funny. Nope, that's the number, 409. Magenta is not red. Good lesson to learn. It seems like hues have a deep, medium, and light version. I should be able to get the deep version and just add water to get the medium and light. No, yeah, that's the way... I think that's the logic of pastel, like the medium pastel, not the colors pastel. You know, I remember noticing for the abomination that is dry pastel, that they have preset degrees of hue. Like they will have a gradation of color, but with watercolor it doesn't really work like that, because sometimes it's a more different color than it would seem, even if it has the same pigment number. I think I saw another time too, but I don't remember what it was that did you. I literally think of that every time I see that folder stick when I'm shopping around online. I'm glad it left an impression. Hey, Static Cling, hello! I haven't chatted a lot, but I've seen many of your videos, and the one with that bamboo folder did make an impact. I'm glad everyone remembers the bamboo folder. Oh, sorry. It's just so silly. Sees bamboo sticks, hears echoes of F time. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's gonna be weird to try and fit in perhaps this way. Could put in the Aquarius black, the last color that I... Yeah, of laughter, of course. I remember an instance of something that broke me that probably made very little sense for the poor people in the chat, but it was in the summer and the window was open and a group of people walked by whistling, and the whole scene was just so absurd, and I was not expecting it, of course, and I just like instantly broke out in laughter. It was so funny, but I'm not sure people in the chat were able to hear the people kept walking by whistling. So they might have just like heard me like explode in laughter and then be unresponsive for like 5 minutes. Oh, that's clever, Ginger. I like it. Just heard random snippet on pastels. Watercolors are like a guitar. You only need 6 strings and you can play the whole thing. Pastels are closer to keys on a piano. You have to bring the whole thing. Yeah, that's fair. Completed contraption except for putting on papaya screen. She's still not sold on using the microchip feeding door, so I think we're the... Oh. Hey, one thing at a time. Hey. I think I heard about the whistling. Oh, seriously, it was so absurd. Like, there was a group of 3 people that walked by with such a purpose in their step, and they were in a perfect triangle formation, and they were all whistling the same tune with dedication, and it came from absolutely nowhere. And I just, like... I was laughing my butt off. Or the other time that a kid walked by playing the recorder flute really terribly. That also destroyed me. I sometimes get uncontrollable laugh attack when I've been stressed for a long time. It's what occasionally happens instead of crying. Yeah, that sounds familiar. That sounds totally absurd. Oh my god, that sounds hilarious. It was just so weird. But I would lose it over the recorder. Were they playing it with the... No, but they were playing it like with I'm looking for the words to describe it. They were playing it forcefully and like with a kind of a FU attitude. And it was so funny. You know when it borders on shitty flute? And that's the thing, like, it's the windows are open and people just walk by and you have all these weird things that happens at times. And I don't have anything to resist it. It's just so funny. Forcefully. You know when it starts, oh, I don't know what you call it in English, but when it starts squeaking a bit. Like in French we call it when an instrument does un canard, which is when it starts being a bit honky. Yeah, don't eat the forbidden candy. Come on, kid, playing the recorder terribly is allowing you. It was funny. It was so funny. Like, out of nowhere. Like passive-aggressive flute playing? No, it was more like, I don't know how to describe it, really. But it's like, you know, like, it's also called a squeak. Oh, okay. You know, like, you have to learn this song in music class. And then school is over and you're walking home and you have your recorder with you. And you played that song that you learned in music class, but without care and forcibly. Like, a bit too strongly, like breathing a bit too hard in the flute so it squeaks. Like a shitty flute. Anyway, it was so funny. I mean, sometimes I also have the weird neighbors that yells obscenities out loud in an area where there's a lot of kids that go back and forth, like to and fro is cool. Like back. Yeah, I'm over time. My brain is like. I love that the queer is black. I need to put a bit more of oomph in that mast on though. Yeah. Just if you all have a recorder, yeah, kind of the mindset. But it was so funny. So yeah, there's a couple of instances like that happen, and it's just so funny. I was envisioning that kid doing some malicious compliance during the school year. Oh my gosh. I was too much of a wuss in school, but how I wish I could have done that, because I absolutely hated music class. It was just way too hard, and like I really don't have the brain for it. Like really do not have it. But I still had to take music class for like way too long. You didn't have a choice. You couldn't be like arts or music or whatever. It had to be music. And I was just terrible at it, and it was miserable. I remember the recorder years. Like, I would be able to play the brief part that I could sort of learn by heart at the beginning, and then I would just plop my recorder down because I was unable to read the music on the sheet, then attach the note to the gesture and to the sound it's supposed to make. Like, nothing connected, and I was just like, okay, I can play this part that I know by heart, and then plop it down. And the music teacher was like, so what's going on? What's happening? And I'm like, it is what it is. Oh yeah, the music video. I don't know if I've seen it, but I've heard the song. I had a total laugh meltdown in the middle of a friend's Catholic wedding. Because of that song? No way. I hear you. I'm pretty sure I'm tone deaf and was devastated for a while. Well, I was just terrible at music. Oh man. Like a miserable high five. I do. I think I must be somewhat tone deaf as well, or some level of it. Like it's no one in my family is musically oriented, and like the 5 years of like primary school. No, wait, 6 years. Holy moly, 6 years, and then 2 years of high school. So that's what, 8 years total that they forced us to have music classes. I preferred like the math one. At least it made sense. I could understand math, but music? Pfft, love listening to it, can't play it. Music video makes the whole thing, you must see it. Definitely will try to remember to look it up. I wanted to learn music, and according to the teacher, I did it correctly, but I was robotic. Oh. I go to video for a laugh. A great laugh is Tom Holland's lip sync of Umbrella. It's good. It's good, especially for the face that Zendaya makes. And she goes like, holy whoa. It's so funny. Oh, that sounds beautiful, Sassy Britches. Okay, you can play a bit and you get it, but please stop playing like an AI. Ugh. Maybe it just wasn't the right instrument for you. Maybe. Hey, for me, there was nothing to do about it. Like, they were the exams I had to cram the most for. Never mind biology or math or chemistry. That was okay. Music, though. And then one year, I was able to choose between theater, music, and like art classes, like drawing. Guess what I went for? And then after that, the options was generally between artsy classes and science classes, and I took all of the science classes. Because it opens doors, you know. Doors! Okay. I think I'm done for today. It's the best. I love how he just went... Oh, yeah, he went full tilt. Not even like hamming it up, just being awesome and just going straight for it. As I said, my husband got a bonus at... Ooh! I'm keeping him. Oh, I agree, Pumpkin. That's a really fun part of art. Like, you look at something and you're like, what color is it? I do that with cars. Sometimes I look at a car outside and I'm like, is it a kind of phthalo blue or is it more like PB16? Eh. Hey, I managed to make it before it's too late. Hey, you're lucky, Potato Pirate, because I'm just about to finish. Because my brain is a bit fried by now. We had music in school, but no obligatory playing instruments, so sure we could name them, but... I mean, that would have been better. I would have preferred that, because I was terrible at it. And then I had to play the clarinet for 2 years. 2 miserable years. That was not a fun time. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for being here. I really appreciate it. Again, like I said a bit in the beginning, make sure to check the description. I have a couple of links in there. There's the Discord, but there's also a few links to our friend Marty pages and channel. If you want to go check out his content. And yeah, we should see for next week, but yeah, if something, like, because of the holidays, sometimes it's a bit more complex, but I hope you guys have a great holiday season, and see y'all on the Discord server or in the next video. And until then, guys, take care, and no, sorry, take cake, and yeah, and thank you. Oh, of course, I mean, I was curious about it, and I even asked Roman, I was like, hey, is it a secret, or can I share the information? And he was like, no, it's not a secret, it's just like we printed the labels first and then figured out what colors we wanted it to be. So I was like, okay, fair. Anyway, thanks, guys. Bye-bye.